Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco. Sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
bisexual at transgender, pumili po na lumaban sa Kongreso itong Mayo 2013 sa ilalim na nag-iisang partidong politikal ng mga LGBT ang Ladlad Party List. Ang panaghoy po namin, pagtanggap sa lipunan, hindi po tolerance, hindi po sa nilalagay lamang sa mga beauty parlor o sa mga patimpalak na ganito.
I have a text. This is a member in one of the urban poor communities, and it's just reminding me that if I get elected in Congress, that I don't change. Ano problema niyo dito? Nadidiscriminate na ba kayo? Inaapi ba ang mga bakla dito sa siniluan?
Wala naman lang eh. Kasi po nung last pong tambay namin dyan, bigla na lang pong malumapit na lalaki. Eh bigla po akong sinampal, di ko naman siya.
Sinampal ka? Sa mukha? Tapos anong sinabi mo?
Wala, pero meron.
Alam mo, minsan sabihin na, ay bakla, gano'n. Di, ginagawa ko naman.
Ang pinaka-meron ko sa talagang hindi naman maiiwasan na sigawan ka eh, di ba?
O wag yung hayaan, no, na i-discriminate tayo. Wag yung hayaan na parang gawin tayong kahiya-hiya. Pag nasa kongreso tayo, makagawa tayo ng mga batas na magprotekta sa atin, maparusahan yung mga naaapi sa atin.
Simon po, Ladlad Party List. Kandidato po ako yung kumakandidato. Baglang abogado po.
Abogado ka.
Abogado po ako, pero bakla, pero proud po.
Ang ginawa ng Diyos babae, lalaki, bakit ka naging bakla? Mahingi ka ng tawad sa Diyos, tapos sabi mo, Diyos ko, patawarin mo ako, gawin mo ako maging lalaking matso.
Alam mo, dinasal ko yan sa Panginoon. 30 years kung dinasal yan. Alam
Ay,
mo,
hindi pa dininig. Hindi pa sinagot ni Lord yung kahilingan mo.
I thought I was going to be a priest. I really did. I'm a 47-year-old homosexual man. Bakla ako. Now, I can admit it. Before I could not. Not even to myself.
Filipino gays have long been known by the word bakla.
It's here, it's here.
There's the B and the A, and then there's a cross in the middle. When I was growing up, bakla was the most fearsome word in my life. It's not the equivalent of gay. It would be more like faggot.
We don't have a word for transgender, actually. So we use the word bakla for gays and transgenders.
The anomaly of being a Catholic country and having the baklas openly walk around is curious for a lot of Westerners. I get asked the question, why do you need ladlad?
Lalo pa, hindi ka niya pwede hawakan. Dapat tugasan mo ng malinis. Hindi pa naman mapapakinabangan.
Kasi meron din ako naging kaibigan na bakla na hindi mo mapagkakatiwalaan. Kasi anong magagawa nila, di ba? Ang alam lang nila, umibig sa lalaki.
The baklas are tolerated as long as you fit certain stereotypes. If you're a bakla in the entertainment industry, in a beauty parlor, or a beauty contest, but if you cross these boundaries, that's when stigma and discrimination happens.
Homosexual acts are not criminalized in the Philippines. However, gay men, they're subjected to extortion. Lesbian couples are separated forcibly by parents, accused of kidnapping of their partners. And it's the transgenders who are shown out of public restrooms, accused of being prostitutes.
If we are accepted, then there should be laws in place protecting us. Tolerance doesn't equate to acceptance or to equality of rights.
So I have a lot of, how do you call that? I could say failures. I wasn't able to fulfill them, like joining beauty pageants. So I never considered myself beautiful. So this was in college, 2000. I haven't undergone yet the hormonal replacement therapy, and I never had some implants yet at this time.
Wait, Bemz. Gay lang ang alam ko na hindi ko alam yung transgender. I have two brothers that are gay, but one was able to fight his feelings. But the other one, the youngest, no more. He's gay.
Hindi nga, may pageant.
I don't like her to be a politician. Because nakikita ko mahirap. It's hard.
Before the campaign gets into full gear, we have a prepared kit, no? What to say when these are the questions being asked. This is the history. In short, a series of several core messages.
Go and give talks to parlorista and all the other LGBT establishments in making them brand evangelists for ladlad. For example, kung nasa parlor ka, parang nakaupo ka for 1 hour, parang the parlor, yung manggugupit can actually talk about ladlad. Siyempre, it's not a hard sell dapat. Parang papasok na lang niya in one way or another.
The hairdresser will tell the customer, either you vote for ladlad or I will destroy your hair today.
if we can show the lead, not just in the Philippines, but in the world, that we are open in embracing LGBT people as equal members of our society, then we have done a really big thing. And it's the same thing that's driving the campaign of Ladlad Party List right now. Ladlad Party List is the only LGBT political party in the world. In the world. The party list system in the Philippines is a rather new thing, you know.
It was implemented to guarantee seats in Congress for minority groups. 80% of House seats are elected the usual way, by district. 20% are elected nationally and reserved for party lists. Small parties representing marginalized groups like farmers, women, and workers. Each voter can choose only one party list, and each party list can win up to 3 seats depending on the number of votes they get. We figured that if every LGBT voted for us, we could have a real shot at this.
In 2003, I invited 10 of my friends. They came wearing costumes and they said, "Yay, there's a party. What are you doing?" I said, "We're forming a political party." They thought it was a costume party. Some of them came in drag, right? So I was like, oh my God, I think I'm doomed. In the last elections, in 2010, the COMELEC, the Commission on Elections, said, "Mr. Remoto, you are leading a group that is immoral, abnormal, and you are against the tenets of the Catholic Church." So I filed a case at the Supreme Court, and we won 3 weeks before the elections. We had only 3 weeks to campaign.
My dad was very new then. That was the first time we were going to run. And then everyone was excited.
Rights are human rights! Rights are human rights! Rights are human rights!
So we were new and good, honest politicians.
Maganda, pati yung pagtanggap ng mata. Wala pa namang tumawag sa aming immoral at banta sa kabataan. Comelec lang.
We had 3 weeks for campaigning. We still had a good showing. We almost got 1 seat at that time. Bemz almost got to sit in Congress.
We lost in 2010. If we lose again in 2013, the election law says you can only run twice. If we lose this time, and Ladlad will need to start over.
Po, Ladlad po, for party list. I love it. Thank you. Short notice. Thank you for coming. We have to talk.
Girls! If you want to sign up for the membership, Ladlad, para wala lang takas yung pagtulong nyo sa amin.
In Ladlad, you cannot see one of the platforms, the gender recognition law is not there. No? Being the first nominee, I already start lobbying for the gender recognition law, and let's see how will they react.
We just need to be all unified.
Yes.
That's the most important thing, especially transgender.
Yes.
Exactly.
This is the only way. We have to enter Congress and tackle our issues there. And I want to be, my co-warriors will be my fellow trans women.
Yeah. So she will be discussing to us.
I used to be a sex worker. I was engaged in sex working and I was earning a lot. But I realized I was not happy. And I began to look to do something more meaningful with my life. And what I'm doing in Ladlad right now as a campaign coordinator is what I really want to do.
I am Ladlad. I belong to Ladlad. I love Ladlad because Ladlad fight for the rights, fight for the freedom of LGBT.
Pwede rin din sa labas. Para maging chapter natin dito sa area.
Okay, no problem.
Okay lang sa'yo
Oo, Diyos ko. Alam mo naman ang supporta natin.
Thank you, naman.
May ganyan. Ang ganda ng kilay mo talaga.
Hindi nga kasi ikaw, Mego. Gusto ko lang pumunta dito araw-araw.
Sige, kung gusto mo ako na official, ano mo, pag nasa kongreso ka na.
I have this injection. I have this bust enlargement. So I think I am a transgender. But when I'm doing the responsibility as kagawad, I may be a gay, a tough guy, a tough gay. So that's it. Depends on the mood, depends on what people is all dealing with. That's it. I live at Tenement. It's an urban poor project of the government. My neighbors, they like me because I'm so jolly. Alka rito, this is one of the Ladlad supporters and a transgender. We have lots of LGBT for here.
Do the honor.
If the Ladlad wins,
So wala
they will do something for the benefit of us for LGBT.
Ang lalad is here to under the political system because only LGBTs can push for LGBT rights in Congress as their sole and only focus.
A lot of what we're fighting for here has echoes in what's happening in other parts of the world. Let's do our part and get those 3 seats and make history.
Aside from senatorial candidates, party list groups have likewise kicked off their campaigns.
Ang Ladlad, the party list group represents lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders.
Ang karanasan ko na sinasabi ko, dalawang kampanya ni Senator Ligarda mula ngayon.
Bemz stepped up. She really wanted it.
Pero, katulad pa rin ko ng 2010, I am here to win and I want to claim that victory.
She was ready to make the sacrifices that were required of the position.
We want to unify all LGBT Filipinos and groups, push for LGBT-friendly policies and laws.
Bemz, ang iyong kasunduan sa ating pinakamamahal na bayang Pilipinas.
Ako si Binibining Bemz Benedito, isang babaeng transgender. Mahal ko ang Pilipinas dahil ito ang aking lupang sinilangan at kinamulatan. Kaya nangangako ako na ipaglalaban ang pantay na karapatan at dignidad ng mga Pilipinong LGBT.
Congresswoman Sander Ocampo. Ang Ladlad, number 38 sa Mayota.
You don't trust me? Ilang beses na kita napaganda.
Dapat yung ano lang, ha?
Like as in...
Parang ano lang, Mama Mary lang.
Okay. Natutulog si Mama Mary.
Parang bravo. Kasi
No, it's intentional.
Baka conservative ka naman. Samahan mo ako, tabihan mo ako, kasi yun talaga ang ano mo.
Ay, importante yun.
Oo, kasi ikaw agad.
Hindi man ako nakaayos man lang. Welcome!
The most marginalized now are the transgenders. The fact that we have a transgender as our major nominee is already a breakthrough for transgender rights.
So, ngayon ba't kayo nag-concentrate? Why are you concentrating on parlors? Siyempre, doon yung aming constituents. We're transforming yung mga parlors as our headquarters. Oo, nationwide.
Nandiyan nakasulat yung mga platform, mga ganyan. Kailangan maipasa namin na yung anti-discrimination bill. Kasi may mga natatanggal pa rin sa trabaho dahil bakla sila o lesbiana, tinatanggal sila sa trabaho. Number 1 platform ng Ladlad, yung microfinance. Kung gusto niyo mag-set up ng business, pautangin kayo na walang interest. Tatayo kami ng mga, yung parang home for the golden gays, yung mga matatandang mga bakla na na-abandon na ng pamilya.
I know you have no figures, no, but how many are the members of the LGBT?
What did she
That's
say?
what she said. Sabi niya, pag tumalon daw lahat ng member ng LGBT, magkaka-earthquake daw sa Pilipinas.
At may bisita rin po tayo mula sa Ang Ladlad Party List. Ang tagline nila ay bukas isip, bukas puso.
Kung kinakatawan mo yung mga bakla, dapat yung mga representante mo, bakla rin. Katulad ko, ako, bakla ako.
Are you going to push for gay marriage?
Let's focus on the more important issue, which is anti-discrimination. Matagal na yan eh. So unahin muna natin ito. Huwag tayong maligaw dyan sa ibang issue na yan. Mahalaga rin yan, pero siguro not for this time.
Ay, third fourth, ladlad. Rock and roll lang talaga tayo. Rock and roll. Ganto girls, lahat ng may headdress na kasali, proceed sa unahan. Yung mga hindi kasama at wala sa ulo, yun ang mamimigay ng flyers. Okay tayo? Lahat tayo pag nagparadang...
Nita really knows how to work a crowd. I can't do that as well as she does. She's really, really good.
Manila is composed of 6 districts. So I'm in the District 6. The biggest challenges here in District 6, we have this Congressman, Benny Abante. He's a pastor. He works in Baptist Bible Church. Benny Abante is the #1 enemy of LGBT.
The Bible condemns homosexual acts, okay? But the Bible also says that God loves all people. Some of my members were homosexuals, and they have been changed. They're no longer homosexuals because no one is born a homosexual. That is a lifestyle.
The church would say that they exercise compassion. They would frame it not just as a moral issue, but also as a pathological issue. And they actually encourage gay men, lesbians to undergo conversion therapies.
Salamat talaga, no? Yung pagtitiwala nyo na binuksan sa amin ngayon. So, nandito po ako para ipaliwanag yung Ladlad Party List. Paano tayo magsasanib puwersa?
Dinay ni Benny Abante, straightforward na sinabi niya, wala akong sinabing immoral ang bakla.
Kami sa Ladlad ang mag-engage sa kanya. Kasi matagal na kasi siya kang basta siya magkipag-debate sa yung Ladlad noong 2010, dito talaga nanggaling yung pinakamaraming boto. Kami sa Ladlad, kung saan talaga manggagaling ang mga boto, yun ang unahin namin na bibigyan ng mga proyekto.
Ang tawag dito, doon sa mga problema, kung gaya may gusto magpapuki, okay ba, suportahan mo ng dati?
Kasi unahin naman natin yung trabaho. O, di ba? Livelihood, parte sa ikaw, susunod.
Dalawang linya lang, aray. Dalawang linya lang tayo.
Yung nainig, hindi kailangan kasama yung ano.
Dalawang linya na para nakikita lahat. Dalawang linya. Sino kasama mo dyan? Yan. Ready tayo, girls? We proceed. Huy, drummers! Ready?
Dala support, Ladlad Party List, number 20 in the ballots.
Ladlad Party List, number 28 kami sa balota. Representative sa Kongreso yung mga bakla.
O ikaw, Ladlad Party List. Ako si Attorney Raymond. Bakla rin ako ha. Di ba halata? Kakaiba po yung party namin kasi talagang papakatotoo po kami. So, bagong politika.
Ba't po sinabi niyo po yan dun, no?
Lumalaki na nagkakauan eh. Okay lang yan, pero proud po kayo. Magiging masipag po yan. Honor student po ako. Magsipag po daw. sektor po ng mga bakla. Bakla rin po ako.
May anak din po akong bakla.
Ay, salamat po. Iboto niyo po yung anak niyo. Para po sa kapakanan ng anak niyo.
Kaya po, sabi nga po ng anak ko, boto namin.
Sige po. Salamat po. Salamat po.
Hello po, boss! Nag-blood party list. Ang mga tunay na lalaki daw tutulong sa mga bakla.
Huwag kayong magbabago na. Alisin niyo yan, wag! Kung anong ibinigay ng Diyos, gawin ninyo.
Salamat.
Tandaan niyo yan. Ang Diyos ay mabuti.
Well, there you have it. Sure, it's one thing to be out. It's another thing to actually be declaring your bakla as you walk, around the streets of your hometown.
Taasan mo. Yung todong taas na. Ah. Oh, sabungero ka. He breeds.
I breed chickens, fighting cocks. Ano yung diversion sa Tagalog?
Yung?
Diversion sa English.
Diversion?
Hindi, yung diversion ko lang yung kinlang.
A hobby.
This is my hobby.
I don't support cockfighting.
Before I brought him in the arena when he's a child. He just look at the chicken, then, Pa, I'm hungry. He like, beauty pageant, not cockfighting.
I started taking hormones when I was in high school. The hormones are not prescribed by doctors. And that's the problem here in Philippines. It's self-medication. I took like 7 tablets to 10 tablets a day. And nobody told me that it's dangerous. All I want is to have my transition. I want to be beautiful.
Nung malit pa siya, talagang aaminin ko sa sarili ko na hindi ko siya tanggap na as a gay or as a lesbian or whatsoever. Pero no, after a few years, na-realize ko rin, ganun na yun wala na akong magagawa kahit anong gawin ko. So, ang sabi ko lang sa kanya naman is, wag lang niyang sirain ng pangalan natin. Yung iangat mo yung as a gay ka.
Sa yung Miss Gay po. Dito, gaganon pa.
Excuse me, no.
In every town, we have an annual transgender beauty pageant. This is my first time to judge a pageant. And I used to join transgender beauty pageants before.
Pag Miss Gay, mas marami ang tao na nanonood. Kasi ang tingin nila nakakatawa, yung parang silang clown, pinagtatawanan ng mga tao. Pag nanalo naman sila, at least ang tingin ng mga tao, hindi naman sila sabihin mo ng katawa-tawa, sumasali na sa mga Miss Gay, taga-manicure, o yung mababa ang tingin nila.
Matagal ng debate ang gay rights, hindi lang dito, kundi maging sa buong mundo. Pero sa Mayo, mapupulsuhan na ang bansang Pilipinas kung ito na ba ang panahong tinatanggap na nito ang mga bakla at lesbian sa lipunan. Nag-aalala ang simbahan na susubukan ng angladlad na magtulak ng mga batas na tinuturing nilang immoral, gaya ng same-sex marriage.
Balik na tayo.
If it comes to a point where it's asked whether it pushes for LGBT rights, I would like to hear Ang Ladlad say that same-sex partnerships should be embraced.
May matanong, isusulong niyo rin ba yung mga controversial na batas like same-sex marriage?
Yung same-sex marriage, sabi namin na hindi pa ngayon, pinag-uusapan pa. So, ngayon muna yung anti-discrimination bill.
Sa mga magkano kayong gagastusin natin?
Yung prices, mga trophy, massage.
So, 8K. O yan, 8K.
8K.
Hindi, ano kayang pwede mo ma-suggest pag magpa-event tayo? Yung hindi talaga gasto. Kung sing contest.
Ano kaya? Mud fight. Trans to trans. Buy to buy. Yeah. Tama na yung 10 na tarpaulins. Ilan na bilang mo?
Ay, 20. Yung sa'yo? Ito, 21 to.
Ha? May bibigyan ba tayo doon?
Ay, hindi yung sa mga participants na siguro. Mga bading siguro tayo makita. Madam, nanghingi sila ng t-shirt.
In the Philippines, they want to touch your hand. They want to talk to you. It's a very personalistic culture. Unless they see you, they will not vote for you. So what Raymond, Bemz, and I have done is to go around the country and touch base with our voters.
It's such a big country. We're trying to cover 7,100 islands.
Since we don't have the money for TV ads, you have to shake hands with a lot of people as much as you can. Ladlad party is boss! Saan ang pang-api?
Wakasan ang pang-api sa mga bakla, tomboy, lesbiana, at transgender. Kasama yung bisexual, wala na, alimutan ko. Mga pulis na matutulis, dahil doon si Partido, Tatlas. Ay, sir, don't be afraid.
Huwag ka naman ganun, lalo kayo dyan. Baga, pag binarilo pa niyo.
Manong, ang gwapo mo. Magandang umaga sa iyo. Iboto natin. Yun lang, huwag na kayo bumoto ng iba.
Nalagay ko na sa ano.
Nakita ko siya, kung na may wild na tayo.
Babaya ka, Rod. Yung transgender. Ayan, Bemz. Siya ti first nominee, transgender, na para ti ang ladlad. Di kampanyam, Aywan, kasi kaming kwa, to come out, kurami. No kami ladlad, ko, anak ka di rumwar ka, yung kloseta.
Di ba, dati gender mo.
Kuha pala ang male, tawang pala ang muti, batas nga kuha. Mang correct dyan. So ano mapang kami di, so ano lumablabang kami para kongreso. Tamay isa ko malididi kaya aming i-file. Di gender recognition law ko na, di Amerika.
Tataan ka ba lang nga nag-change sexual? Ano talagang nga maawagan ka nga babae?
Wala nga, Rod. Kaya nga, dapat di ba basis mo? So di penis mo. So laang ti gudwaan da, so to branda nga vagina. Isimpada laang patagan da. Man. Man.
Curious ka.
Kaya po rin ma-curious ka. Kitam to the pictures sa internet. How curious yata kasla ko sa bali ti kaya mo. I said he's not curious anymore. I think he wants to test a transgender. Sexually. Very naughty. Okay, basta, ladlad. Nya.
Marami pa tayo dati. Ate! Ate!
Alam mo, expected ko darating.
Ay, smile! Ay!
Di ba nag-like pa ako sa FB mo?
Oo, okay, alam na.
I was supposed to message you kagabi.
Oo. Ano na? This is my childhood friend. Dapat isusuot mo siya lagi. Pag nandito ka sa parlor, i-promote mo, te. Ang ginawa mo dito? Minsan pasyalan mo naman ako dito. Pasyalan mo ako minsan. I get catches and gizmos aplenty. Who cares? No No big deal. I want more.
People tell me that you should be prim and proper, you should sit like a lady, you should not be wearing that if you want people to take you seriously. Because you are part of Ladlad.
Let's go, let's go.
And I would always say to them, this is exactly what we're fighting for, you know? To be who you are.
Kasi sinabi ko nga, you cannot gather gays or sa atin during daytime.
Especially sa mga gays like us, usually kasi we're breadwinner in our family.
Yeah, I'm a maid. I work in my aunt's house. Even though I'm gay, I am proud because I am helping my brother. And hopefully this March, he's going to graduate already. Being a gay, discrimination is part of our life. And I think that party list would really help a lot. And if ever that it would really help not only me but also the whole gay community as well. Yes.
Thank you very much, Robert and Fusion.
Yung Vice Mayor ang...
pakilala mo naman ako.
Pakilala
Ako. And the Provincial Coordinator po of Ladlad. Hello po. Yes, oo nga po. Tulungan niyo naman po kami dito.
Ito po ginagawa ko.
Oo nga, salamat.
Pinopromote niya talaga.
Oo nga po.
Maraming galit sa inyo ng mga magulang. Kaya minsan yung mga kamagulang na kinakausap ko sa kanila. Mas mabuti nga yan kaysa sa adik yan. Kaysa pumapatay pa ng tao yan. Gusto mo ba ganun yan?
Handa ang mga contestants. Let me ask you, Binmalay, handa na ba kayo? Louder, please! Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Binmalay Gay Universe 2013 candidates in their opening number! Louder, louder, come on! Ladies and gentlemen, in the costume category. Pero if given a chance to work sa abroad, saan at bakit?
Thailand.
Thailand. Bakit?
Because homosexual like me accepted in Thailand.
Aren't you accepted here in Binmalay? Come on. That's precisely the reason why we are giving you something like this to boost your confidence at ipakita kung ano yung skills mo, di ba? Okay, message coming from our friends mula sa Ladlad Party List.
Ngayong gabi, binigyan kasiyahan po namin kayo sa patimpalak na ito at aking pong patuloy na hinihingi at pagsusumamo sa inyo. Pagkatapos po ng gabing ito at mga hiyawan na ito, ibalik din po ninyo ang dignidad at respeto sa amin bilang mga tao. At sana po, samahan ninyo kami itong Mayo na rumampa sa Kongreso.
Ipanalo lahat ng party list. May paabot sa sambayanan ang mensahe ng politika ng pagbabago. Kahit na humarap tayo sa maraming hamon.
The party list provides opportunities for underrepresented group. We're fighting against discrimination against any group, and that includes the LGBT. So we welcome groups like Ladlad who would be fighting against that kind of discrimination.
ipakikilala ang unang sinta ng LGBT, ang kauna-unahang kongresista para po sa LGBT, Congresswoman Bemz Benedito.
Po ng mga kongreso, hindi po kayo kinatawan ng tunay ninyong representante na si Benny Abante.
In the case of Ladlad, they've traveled to ensure that they've got legitimate chapters all over the country. I don't know how strong or how organized the chapters that they put together. I've listened to Bemz a few times. He presented a very clear platform. No theatrics. They need to be accepted by the mainstream, not just by the LGBT.
Madam?
Miss na miss kita!
Ay, naku, Bemz. My God, feels so good to be back home.
Yeah. I used to work here.
Bemz, just in case hindi, umpisahan na natin yung next mo na ano.
Ala, ayoko na. Babalik na lang ako dito. Huwag pa lang ganyan. Napagod na ako.
O kasi yung unang eleksyon, yun pa yung trial and error pa yon. Ito ngayon, ito na yung talagang ano na. Kung uupo kayo, fine. Pero just in case lang hindi, sige. Mag-strategiya ka na ng para next. Sigurado na yun. Sigurado na yun. Kahit walang ano.
Ay, may pag-asa talaga. Ano ka ba? We're running to win. Ikaw talaga, iba na naman ano mo. Hindi ako tumatakbo para matalo.
Yeah, that's the spirit, Bemz. Yeah. Oo, dapat
I will claim it on May 13.
Kuya, Attorney Raymond Alikpala po, kandidato po ng Ladlad Party List. May bagong politika po ang dala namin. Dami rin mga Benny Abante poster, no?
Benny Abante is what we call this, I forgot the English term of tuso.
Pwede na tayong umanay na 5-5 para makalis.
5-5 lang. Hanay na tayo ng 5-5
lang.
Benny Abante gets some members of LGBT and they get together. What's the name of the organization that Benny Abante put? Alliance of Third Force here in District 6. That's the English word. But if you check the acronym, it's the AIDS.
Ang dami naman yung picture.
Hayaan mo na. Tapos na. Okay.
We have AIDS. It's the support group of LGBT for Congressman Benny Abante. Kasi ang unang makikreate sa utak mo kapag ka-AIDS, ay bakla to. Kaya nabuo yung AIDS.
Andun lagi yung respeto eh. Kasi nga, hindi kami nakitaan ng ito nagsisigaw sa kalsada to. Ito ang haba ng buhok nito. Ito naka-makeup to eh. Mararamdaman mo yung discrimination eh. Ibig sabihin eh, umayos ka o ayusin mo yung personality mo pag nasa labas ka.
The AIDS understand that I'm not discriminatory. Of course, I've gone against the gay rights bill, so to speak. Why? Because I believe that we have enough rights to protect every individual, whether they be gays or straight or women. Now, I don't hate the gays. I don't like their lifestyle, but I don't hate them.
Ang suporta namin kay Congressman Abante, dahil nakita namin yung general na needs ng mga katulad namin, pwede niya ibigay, kayang-kaya niya ibigay, at yun ang ipinangako niya sa amin.
More of the LGBT are poor. They don't have financial assistance. They don't have the job because of the discrimination. That's it. Why those homosexuals accept the names AIDS? Maybe because of money.
Gusto bang kita mag full-time? Wala naman kaming pang-salary for you. Oo, please. We need all help. Talagang all hands on deck. Kasi ano na eh, mag-April, May, ilang buwan na lang.
Today was supposed to be a congress, a voters' congress, to encourage LGBTs to come out and to help us campaign. I was thinking that there'd be about 300 people, but it's not even 10%. I'm very disappointed. Is it something that they'd rather stay away from and not be identified as an LGBT member?
We are here actually to show our support for ang Ladlad party list, and we will encourage our own families, our relatives, our friends to vote for ang Ladlad. Thank you so much.
Some, I told them to vote for Ladlad, they just laugh or make fun of it. They think that, yeah, it wouldn't do any good.
Iyan na iya din, alayo, master list. Ayawan nga, di ma-attend tayo.
Wala na tayo mula, master list.
Awan, ano mo ito Dito ko, master list ako so, dahil kasi tumulong ito, magkita, nagiging tayo.
Just keep cool, under pressure.
So, nabi, mismo di pa lang bungkos kasi panong bulo. Di ba sura? I think people underestimate a transgender person. I get those comments that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not brilliant enough to be a representative in Congress. I cannot, because I'm not even a lawyer. For the win! If Ladlad will not win, I will not even have a face anymore to my community. That will be a biggest disappointment in my life. That'll happen.
The community is there, but we're not quite united. Ang hirap eh. I mean, you feel that.
In the Bemz community, there are factions.
Yeah. Sana they could see it in their interest na magkaisa kami and to vote for at least, get at least one seat. Kaya 3 seats, pero let's take it one step at a time.
Ayan, si Chunky Bemz. 2 minutes, alis na yan. It's finished in 2 minutes. Ay, wala pa kaming kanta. Ano gusto mong kanta? Meron pa, sir.
We've reached halfway point of the campaign. In the beginning, I was also gung-ho and excited. I was sure that, we're going to win, and we're going to win. But it's just difficult. People might not actually go out and vote. Right now, the 3 nominees, no doubt, all of us are working hard, doing the best that we can. But we should be doing more.
Dahil ito ay kaangklaw, kaakino.
Nice meeting you, ma'am.
Tulong mo yun para kanyami. Lalo kung last ko amin mayon, sa titila sa sabak ni, sana naabak kami mo 2010.
Napicture sa kita, ito siya. So, napintas, no? Wala man.
So that's our strategy, to have alliances with local government heads, mayors, governors, congressmen, and to set up new ones.
Diyan sa kabila. Yes. Thank you. Patulong naman. Okay.
So is anybody asking you any questions about...
Yeah, for what is this?
That's
So you
what
have
the
to
main
say, to have a voice for the LGBT. Hello po, Ma'am Joey. We're here. Love you.
Yeah.
Kumusta?
How are you campaigning for Ladlads? What do you...
How am I campaigning for the Ladlad? Okay, despite lack of funds, I go with other politicians, and they spend for us.
And you also spend on your own, right?
Yeah, we do.
The
Yeah.
photocopying, he spends for it, and the tarpaulin.
So that's a deal. And the deal is that you're supporting him and he's supporting you.
Yeah.
And as a result, you're getting free posters
Yeah,
because
but
you don't have funds.
yes.
And you feel like you can work best by being allied to as broad a
Yes.
a
In the
range of
Philippines,
parties. That's how it works.
yes, in the Philippines, that's the way it works. The more allies you have, the better.
The senatorial candidates who you've made pacts with, how many are there?
I think we have 10 now. They believe that there's really a big LGBT community that they need to tap. We have to play politics also. We have to talk to them. If we need to beg to them.
But
for
you're
the
already
other
playing
nominees.
politics because all the senators and congresspeople who are endorsing
That's right. I think that's nothing wrong. As long as I don't sell out the commitments and the advocacy of Ladlad, I think I'm safe.
The other LGBT activists, they're seeing this too much negotiations and bargaining with local politicians. That's already traditional politics, and people are afraid we're doing too much of that. Ladlad is doing too much of that. We should know how much you can compromise.
Ay, naku po, hindi po kami trapo. Pasensya na po. Hindi po. Pasensya po. Iba po kami. Ibahin niyo po kami. Hindi po kami ganyang politiko. I hate that. I really hate that people just ask for money outright. Parang you want to do new politics and people just ask you for money. I mean, it's just, it's crazy.
Ito lang. Gusto ko sabihin sa inyo na talagang natutuwa ako sa inyo pag kasama ko kayo dito. Kasi buhay na buhay ang kabaklaan at katomboyan sa distrito. Nakakatuwa. At sa pag-ikot ko ngayon, ang daming humihingi. Tulong naman dito, tulong naman dyan. Pagpapagamot dito, birthday nito. So, alam ko na nasanay tayo sa politiko na nagbibigay, nag-aabot ng pera. Hindi po kami ganitong klaseng politiko. Kayo na po ang magpaliwanag sa mga botante dito.
It's very, very gratifying to see faces of these young gay people. I mean, most of them are young. All of them are poor, you know? It's their hope that finally they have their own voice in Congress.
And talk me through your strategy regarding same-sex marriage.
Well, the problem is, it will be very controversial. We will not get mainstream support. I don't want to alienate voters. I'm a politician. Listen, let's win this election first, and in 2016, let us fight for a civil union bill.
Congressman Benny Abante.
He is the pastor of the Christian church. But when I see him, we're like friends. Because there's nothing personal. Si Bemz, si Congressman. Hello po. Gandang hapon. Wala kaming same-sex marriage.
Eto, kaibigan ko to. Ano ka ba?
Alam mo yan. Oo! Kasi tayo nag-away, ha? Alam mo yan. I told him we don't advocate same-sex marriage because he doesn't like same-sex marriage. So kami, we're just pushing for equal rights in the workplace. That's all.
When you're a political party, you compromise.
Sige po.
When you're a social movement, you're able to push for your agenda. The biggest strength of Ladlad is that it's pushing for LGBT rights. It should make its case and say that this is who we are and this is what we're fighting for. It shouldn't compromise this early, even on same-sex marriage.
Some people might say we're selling out. I mean, it's easy for you to say that because you're not the one trying to organize a campaign. It's a delicate dance between, trying to live up to our ideals and, getting down and dirty. But, yeah. But, I mean, I don't think we've sold out. And I don't think Bemz or Danton or myself have sold out. At least not yet.
Pero is it confirmed, Marlon, na yung reason na nag-CR siya sa toilet ng babae?
Yun yung umiikot ng balita sa kanila.
You know what? Maria called me early in the morning to check if I'm okay. You know why? Akala niya ako yung andan dito.
O, tingnan mo na yan. Sabi nila wag daw pakita sa'yo. O, sabihin ko na. Transgender na pinatay, binugbog dahil nag-CR sa baba.
Nag-CR lang siya sa toilet daw. Sabi ako. Yung ginawa niyo.
Tok at sadya. Ano?
Yes. She was beaten to death.
So we've covered 9 towns. Tama ba ito, Bemz? Baka meron ka tayong na-miss. Araw-araw may nag-aaway-aaway ang role correctory kasi nagkakagulo yung ating...
Kasi yung expectations let's also level it down.
pamigay mo na yung rural areas sa abroad.
You have to give
Wala tayong
out.
magagawa.
May areas.
Basta yung mga cities, saka maraming gays, of course, ipag-asa tayo dyan.
Hindi ko na alam ano na nangyari. We really spread ourselves very thin. There are those who have left us already. You don't see them anymore because they don't believe in the nominees or, But God knows we're doing our best.
We're supposed to start the motorcade with a blessing here at 7 o'clock. And people are only starting to come right now.
We are not afraid.
We have a smattering of people helping us out, but not in a very organized way. But that's it. I mean, it's all us, the three of us, going around the country and campaigning. There's this nice concept of LGBT equality, and then there's the long, winding road of trying to make our dreams into a reality. I don't know. We'll manage. Go.
The Commission on Elections today completed the printing of all 52 million ballots
on
for
elections
the
vows to crack down on vote buying, warning candidates that
candidates who repeatedly violate postal regulations will be subjected to preliminary
More than
investigation.
44,500 candidates will vie for over 18,000 positions across the country.
Asa labas da? Asa gilid?
Roll mo. Roll mo.
Attorney Raymond Dalikpala. Baklang abogado. Pero proud.
Kasi tinanamain ko lang kayo, make or break, do or die, sabi nga sa basketball, di ba?
Again po yung sa Naglaan, magandang hapon po sa inyo, kami po yung nangangampanya.
Ng LGBT party list, mga kaibigan, number 28.
Bemz Benedito! Ayan po.
For the win! Yes, for the win ako. Love you! Sana dalawa.
Pascal?
Talaga ka ha? Hindi dadlat, party list kinay. May susuko sa inyo para pumoto. At kailangan ko...
Hello, bumoto ko pa sa amin. That's not just with praise, they just voted for ang ladlad.
Excuse me. Ay, thank you, ma'am.
Oh my God, 3,500
Pangulong Tumat ni Joseph ito nga ag-monitor para iti central from KBP.
So look at the national total. From here to here, maybe they'll get 1 seat. We're here, the bottom. So we're not yet in. We're not in.
Hello? Sir, Danton.
Bemz, nakita mo na ba?
Sana, maka 1 seat or 2 seats. Hindi pa naman pumasok lahat. Oo nga.
O meron pang 48% na ang in. So, hintayin pa natin yung 52. Hintayin pa natin.
ABS-CBN News Channel.
See, so way down. We're not going to make it.
Baba masyado. Kaya nga, kakaano nga eh. Oo. I talked to my family. They're very supportive. They said I've done everything that I can. So maybe it's not for me. So I think I've come to terms with it this morning. If it's not really for me, then maybe God has other plans for me.
Vince, these are so damn expensive. We believe that by making political alliances with local politicians, the mainstream voter would vote for that lad. But that's obviously not what happened. And we didn't even get all LGBTs because many LGBTs were turned off by the fact that we didn't have same-sex marriage on our platform. We were afraid of creating controversy, so we decided no talk on same-sex marriage. It was a mistake. As Ladlad's leadership, we let Filipinos down. I told him that I will be your voice in Congress. I will speak for you.
Cried rivers. That was a very emotional time. I was in limbo. I don't know where to go. I don't know what's next for me because I never look at that picture of defeat.
I was in shock. I wasn't able to talk to anyone for months. It's like breaking up with 10 guys at the same time.
Soon after the elections, I was here in Laos. The stench of defeat was something I wanted to run as far away from as I can. And I feel sad that I'm so far away from home. But I'd like to believe that this is my time in the desert. that I will be coming home soon and bringing with me all of what I've gained.
I want to rest for these coming elections. I'm not running. But for the future, I don't know what will happen. I don't want to close my doors.
I need inputs. There are so many young people. They appreciate what Allah did and they're willing to volunteer. These are young people, 18, 20, 30. The arrow of our expectations is toward the future, to form a new party that will learn from the lessons of the past. No?
So we have to elect a new group of leaders, a new group of officers, and board of trustees. No?
I believe that the gay pageant is not to exploit us gays, but in fact it is to uplift us third sex, saying that whether you like it or not, we gays are here to stay.
Won the battle against Benny Abante. The LGBT won against the devil. Oh, that's good.
One or two elections for Ladlad doesn't define the movement, doesn't define the journey of the LGBT community. The struggle continues, the journey continues, the fight continues.